Hello guys. Oh, she's pulled fur. Well, let's see, what do we got? I know. Oh, there is some babies in there. Oh, we got a few babies, do we? Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little babies. Just regular ones, huh? That's fine. Good job, Mom. I know. Fuller Dutch. What do you think? Ooh, she's big fat. Nice and well fed, huh? Good job, Mama. I'm just moving back over there. Good job. Did a good job, Mama. Good job. Good job. Alright, well, we did have 1 litter. That's a little late. It's the 2nd. But Opal has had none. And for some reason, my note disappeared about who I bred to who. Now, I'm thinking that maybe I bred Black Holly to BJ or Snips. And I bred her to Redbull. And this is the 2nd time, but she hasn't even prepared a nest. And I'm beginning to think that she's not pregnant at all. And I think I might know why. So my theory is, and we'll see how it goes, because I've bred No Bake over here to Snips. So we'll see what we get there, and I bred her to Redbull. Now what I'm thinking is that poor Redbull over here is getting old, and while he's willing to do his job, he's just not hitting the mark like he should. So if Ginger doesn't have any babies, then it's Redbull. And if she does have babies, then maybe it's just Opal, and I'll have to breed her to somebody else and see. So that's what we're going for right now. But I guess. Now, these guys over here are doing alright. They've been weaned. I've sold 2 of them to a friend of mine. These guys are doing well. All 6 of them are doing well. They're nice and cute. This one's pretty tame. Yeah, he's cute. Hi there. I know. I got 2 white ones, 1 black and white one, 2 Agodia white ones, and then 1 red orange one. And I don't know what she does. I think she keeps tipping her water bowl over every day. So I need to start filling it twice, because I'll come out here in the morning and it's empty. So we have 2 that we're expecting litters from. No Bake is supposed to have her first litter, and then hopefully she'll have another litter here. If not, then it might be time to retire Redbull. And then, well, when I retire Redbull, I've got Nevin, Snips, and BJ for a while. I plan on getting rid of Snips as soon as I get a daughter from him and No Bake. That's the plan. I got wasps starting to build nests everywhere. Not too happy about that. That's not great. Yeah. So I'll probably, when I get rid of Redbull, probably let him tractor for a month before I butcher him. And then I'll probably put Snips in here for a while and use him for a little bit until I get what I need for the project from him. And then I think the next time I want to get a buck, I want to get one of 3. I either want to get a blue-eyed rabbit, and it doesn't necessarily matter what breed it is. I just want it to have blue eyes. That way I can breed it into the cookie lineage and get those blue eyes back and maybe get them brighter. Or I want to get another Dutch, maybe. It doesn't matter what color. I just want to bring the Dutch colors back. Even though it seems like the Dutch pattern is pretty strong. And then maybe a black lop. Yeah, a black lop, because then I can name him Kingpin. So that's that. Maybe those are the 3 that I really want to look for right now next time I get a buck from outside of my Rabbitry, which is the plan, because I need to get a new buck and get some new blood in here. Other than that, we have been discussing, with the coronavirus and stuff going on right now, there are people are not prepared, and then there's people who are prepared, and my parents would like to kind of up my rabbit production, and I think I've decided that the number of breeding rabbits that I'm comfortable with having is 12 breeding does and 2 breeding bucks, one older and one younger, I think is what I'd go for. That way I can keep them in rotation. And so that's probably what we're going to try and work towards. I need to build some cages for that first. And this shed, so long as I'm sharing it with the chickens, it's not going to be able to hold that many. So the plan is you guys remember that 20 by 30 hoop house I used to have my rabbits in, and we had it over here for a while set up, and then the wind blew it over and basically tore it up. Well, we have some of the frames, at least like 2 or 3, that are salvageable. So we're thinking that we're going to set that up, and then Dad wants to take the metal sheets that we have lying around that are the tin roofing. He wants to take that and line that up and use that to make it a shelter. And I think we've decided that we want to go ahead and put it over here. So what we'll probably do is clear out all of this section here. We need to, and this is all hedge, so we need to clear all this hedge out. What we'll probably do is put it about here in this section here, because it's still close enough to the house that it's not a long walk distance to go take care of things. But it's also right next to the fence line here. So when my rabbits are moved out of that, when I finally get my green barn, we can redirect this fence so that it can come in one side and go out the other side, so that it can be a sort of shelter where maybe we can have goats, or the cattle can loaf, or something like that. So that's the idea right now. I've also been doing some research on hog slat. Working at the pig farm, I've gotten to see this stuff a little bit up close, and I think it's cast iron hog slat. So this stuff is really heavy, it's really sturdy, and it's gonna last a long time. It'll also make cages that are it's 2 feet by 4 feet, so about, not quite double the size of this cage, but it will make bigger cages. But it'll also make sturdier cages, and I don't think, because I think that the holes in it are roughly the same size as the holes in the bottom of this wire cage. So I don't think my rabbits will have a problem being on that. And so that's kind of my goal, is to get some of those. And I've done the research, well, I've done some searching into, you know, how many I need and the cost of shipping it from the website that I've been looking at to where I am. And it's quite a bit. So I'm going to be dropping a lot of money on that here soon. But that should be worth it. And it should pay for itself over time. With, you know, its sturdiness and its longevity. Yeah, I was talking to one of my supervisors and asked him what the life expectancy is on the hog slat in the farrowing room is for when they use them for the sows, and these sows are like 400 pounds each, if not a little bit more. And he says you expect them to last about 20 years. Occasionally you'll get some that have weaknesses in them, and so you'll have to replace them sooner. But he thinks that it wouldn't be a problem for rabbits. And I have to agree. So that's the plan, is to get some of those and to build some hutches and cages to contain those. And yeah, so it's going to be slow going, but that is the plan right now. We are also planning on going ahead and getting a milking cow. We're setting up the barn area to be able to house her so that she can settle in and get to know us. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now, and we'll keep you updated as best as I can with all that stuff. Moving slow forward, but as always, it's a little bit slow right now. But once we get things actually moving in the right direction, I'm sure it will pick up.